Welcome into the well, episode 24. We have a very special guest today, too.
Yes, we do.
We do. We do. I'm Drew.
I'm Kat.
And
I'm Travis.
wow, you did great. That was great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's official now. It's official. So, Kat's going to be leading this conversation. I'm not really sure where we're going to go.
That's
It's a
right.
surprise. It's a surprise for the boys today.
That's right. Yeah. A surprise for the boys. Okay, Travis, for listeners who may not know you, tell us a little bit about yourself, how old you are, where you're going to school, where you're from, what you're studying,
Well,
and
before
what
you do that,
yeah.
who is Travis?
I said that's what I was saying. I said, Travis,
No,
introduce
no.
yourself.
Meaning Travis is your son.
That's right.
Right? Okay.
Uh-huh.
I just wasn't just can't have some random person on here.
Travis is related. Yes.
Yeah.
No, Travis is part of the fam.
Oh, she's really struggling.
Well, I'm
Oh
Travis.
my gosh, this is what it's like being in the house with boys. Okay, go ahead.
I go to school in Savannah, Georgia. It's called SCAD. I'm majoring in fashion design. I like photography, videography, basketball, shoes, clothing. And I spend a lot of free time editing.
And what does SCAD stand for? It's for people that
Savannah
don't know
College of Art and Design.
it. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So
And soon to be 19.
yes,
Soon to be
in
19.
May. I can't believe it.
2 months.
So how did you decide that you wanted to go to SCAD?
I had some other options available to me, but as soon as I visited SCAD, like the actual campus, I was
Mhm.
like, this is somewhere I gotta go. And I also liked all their classes, and the professors I met there were really nice.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And when we went on the trip there, what happened?
What do you mean?
When we went to check out the campus for the first time. Like you and I, we flew for like
It was
the
icy.
college. Yeah, it
It
had
was drama
snowed
yeah,
for the
yeah,
first time ever and forever.
in like 10 years or something, I don't
Yeah.
know.
And literally it was like snow everywhere. It was so funny. Yeah.
But what was interesting is you both came back from that trip and there was no other school after that trip. It
That's
was
true. That's
SCAD.
true.
SCAD was it. It was the
Which
vibe, it was the area, it was just the location. So I feel
it
like
was. I think we both felt it. We were like, wow,
you
this
did.
is
I
it.
think you were
Yeah.
more excited at first than Travis.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. So we've been talking a lot about nostalgia, like in the past, was it past two episodes or like one or two episodes we've already done? We've talked about nostalgia a lot. And so I'm very curious, and I'm sure other people would be very curious as to like you tell me all the time, like you'll text me and be like, "Oh, I'm feeling nostalgic." What does that mean when you're saying that? Like what triggers that nostalgia?
Most of the time, it'll be location or like things I'll be in like an environment where it reminds me of like a memory from the past.
Mm.
Or music is also
Oh, yeah.
a good one for whenever I'm thinking of the past. Memories tie back to just some of my memories. So, I mean, yeah, just so environment, music. What else? Photos, like looking at old photos
Mhm.
reminds me of like how I was during that time
Yeah. I
and
think
how
Drew,
much
So
you
I
can
what
know
do
now.
relate.
you like what's nostalgic for you? Like what do you remember nostalgia wise? Like what are some of
I
the
just like
things it could hold on, like could be like a TV show, like TV shows, toys, video games, locations, anything pop out at you? Like your mom and I have very specific things we remember about
Yes.
nostalgia. So I'm curious, knowing that you haven't had as many years on Earth yet. So what feels nostalgic to you when you think about stuff?
I don't know.
Is
I
there a
think that's
particular
subjective because everyone has their own like nostalgia feeling. So it's not really like
Mhm.
each person. Everyone has their own definition of nostalgia. So I mean, I mean, I pretty much explained to you how I feel it, but there's not really specific examples. It's just time and place, I guess.
What do
So there's no, like, item, like a toy or something that you remember that is no longer around? I'm just curious kinda
I would say
what would be
memories.
I had a walrus, little walrus tie plush. Was that what they're called?
see,
Oh, yeah.
Why?
uh,
Yep.
Beanie Baby.
Yeah, Beanie Baby. Yeah, that's considered nostalgic for me because I was obsessed with it as a young boy.
And I think I vaguely remember a couple years ago, you were gonna start your resale business for Beanie Babies. We were in
Oh yeah,
somewhere that had a bunch, and you found a gem. I
It's
don't
the
think it
antique
sold, though.
mall.
it was
Yeah.
antique. Well,
Yeah.
I think it's
That
in my closet.
Yes. And actually, that segues into entrepreneurship. So let's talk a little bit about entrepreneurship. So growing up, I can remember multiple instances where you're like, hey, I've got this idea to make money. And you tried a lot of different things, such as the gum.
Uh,
Do you remember that?
yeah. That's the only
Tell
thing that
tell
came
us
on.
about that.
What do you mean?
Like what? Tell me the business model for that.
I don't know. I just saw other people doing it, and I was like, it doesn't
Doing
seem.
what? Tell us like what it.
You sell gum to kids at school.
But you would ask me to where would you get the gum to sell?
From y'all? Would I get from y'all? Yeah.
Yes, we would go
Well, we
buy
just
like
had it.
buy
We
it in
had.
a Sam's, like a big
Uh-huh.
pack of it, or like
And then we also
Costco or
had the one
something.
we've just had gum.
Yeah,
So
actually,
I tried to sell that
Drew had
first.
all this
Yeah.
gum that
But
you
but
had it from
wait,
when we moved.
you didn't sell a pack of gum. You sold them, like, individually, didn't you? Like
Yeah.
a stick of gum. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
People would buy them.
Which
Yeah,
yeah, hey, it's a good business model, I guess. You move more
it
volume that
was.
way.
I loved it because then you moved to like doing other stuff. It was like the Beanie Babies, and then you did like graphics for people
Uh-huh.
when you started getting into design work, and then were there any others? Am I missing anything
Yeah,
else?
photography, video
Oh
editing.
yeah, you did senior photography
Yeah.
for like people in your class. That was
Uh-huh.
good.
Yeah.
You're a hustler. I like it. You come by it honest. We like to
Try to
hustle around here.
gotta earn
Yeah.
the keep.
What did y'all
Like
what did
no, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, what did y'all do to make little bits of money when y'all were young?
Little
In the
bits of
same
money.
aspect,
You go
like
first.
entrepreneurship as a teen.
Detailed cars, washed
Detailed
cars,
cars.
also boats. Did some boats every now and again too. So yeah, that was kind of my side hustle. It was good money.
Mhm.
I raked leaves, and it followed me throughout my to my adult life. So
Oh my
so when I was like, I think I've told this on one of the episodes before. I was like, I was not 10. I must have been younger. I think I was like 5, maybe 8. And Poppy, my dad, he was like, I said, "Hey, Poppy, or hey, Dad, I want to rake leaves in the neighborhood." So I made a little flyer and I distributed it to like people in my neighborhood. And so they'd come ask me to rake their yard, the front yard. And I remember being so little, my dad bought the bags and I never did factor that in as cost. So, they would pay me, but I only remember raking a few yards because I don't think I could ever finish it. So, yeah, and then, as I got older, I did that again in my 20s. So we had a remodeling business and landscaping. And you remember that? I don't know.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, you wouldn't know that you had this landscaping skill based upon your skills yesterday of landscaping. Just like blowing the leaves in corners and
Oh, me? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you
no, I was talking to the
I was like,
4th person in
Travis,
the
when did you
podcast.
do that?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, you
so
should have seen me yesterday. We have this like a mini palm tree. It's some kind of flowering palm. I don't know what it is.
don't worry, I'll put the clip up. I'll clip it
Uh,
in there. You could see Catherine's handiwork as she's butchering this poor palm.
it had all these dead leaves on it. And I'm like, we got to get rid of that. It's like choking out the mini palm. And then I'm like, I don't know how to do this. I should. I look everything up. I research everything. And I'm like, certain things I hack. Like literally, I just don't want to. So I'm like, oh, it looks better. And I'm like, I'll bend over trying to hack the dead leaves off of it. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. So let's talk about childhood memories because I'm curious. Okay. So we lived in apartments for like when you were really little, and then moved into a house when you were like 4 or 5, I think. Do you
Mhm.
remember that? Yeah.
Yeah.
The other day you asked me about, hey, do I have pictures of the old apartment? And did you ever go through those?
I looked through like one folder, but I still need to look through all of them because there's a
Okay.
bunch
I
on
mean, you
there.
don't have to, but
Oh, I want to.
do you remember any like fun memories from the house we lived in?
Uh, all the stuff in the backyard, we did all the events.
Yeah. Fancy that. I did a lot of events when they were little. Still doing events today.
I remember a gravel driveway.
Oh, yeah. The driveway that needed to be resurfaced.
Yeah. I remember our fireplace. I used to climb it.
That was a Boss fireplace. It was
Yeah.
double-sided stone. And
Double-sided all the way around.
Yep, all the way around, and it went all the way up. So the way that our layout was, you had like the living room and dining room downstairs separated by this huge fire, like wood burning fireplace made out of stone, and it would reach up into the ceiling right against the loft. So you could see the loft from the living room space, not the dining room. It was cool. I'll have to get a photo of that. I love that. Do you remember climbing on it? Like it
Yeah.
was a rock climbing wall.
I would climb up and then go over the railing.
Yes. Actually, I don't remember you going over the rail.
I might have went through
Oh,
the
yeah,
cra
maybe. What else? Anything else? Any other memories? Do you remember the solar
um,
system I made for your room?
yeah, I remember you painting my wall, put a bunch of triangles and stuff.
Yeah, love how you describe it.
And then you
The
painted it o and then you
geometric
painted
pattern.
the geometric pattern that I wanted you to do.
Yeah. That was all like painter's tape. That was awesome.
I remember recording stuff in the house with Jake.
Oh, your friend Jay. He had a friend from school and they started, what did you guys record? It was like
We
horror
just record
movies.
little goofy videos, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me think. I really liked our front we had a really big backyard and a really big front yard.
Yeah, we did, which meant a lot of leaves to be raked.
And I liked the
Okay.
mirror end of the hallway.
Yeah, we had this long, it was kind of one of those Walmart mirrors that you put on your closet door. It was at the end of the hall so you could see yourself really well. All right, talk about school experiences as a kid.
Bruh.
You went to a couple different schools. So what is it that people should know about you growing up?
Hold
You
on,
had
hold on,
really,
hold on.
yeah.
What
Okay.
didn't you like what were some of the things that kinda grated on your nerves that your mom would do to send you to school, or some of, like, the funny stories that you have, like, of your mom either crashing out or just doing something silly or planning something funny?
Are you trying to
This is
roast
I think
me?
this might be more recent, but I was getting ready for school one day, and I was putting my shoes in, and there was a bunch of stuff what did you put in my shoe for April Fool?
Oh, it was April Fool's Day. And I stuffed both your shoes, and that was probably one of the best April Fool's days ever because I actually planned a lot of really great jokes that day, and I shoved, like, all this tissue paper into both of your all shoes, like, in the toe. I can't believe you remember that,
Yeah, and
and
I
that's,
got,
like,
like,
the
really
thing you
upset.
remember now.
I, like, cried. I was, like, super upset.
Yeah, actually, I do remember that, and I was like it
Wow, mean
backfired so
mom.
bad, and I was like,
Think about it now, I
"I'm
was like,
so
I don't
sorry."
know why I did that, but
I don't know why you were
yeah,
so
it's pretty
upset.
fun.
So being that your mom always likes to, so we'll pull on the April Fools thing. Your mom loves April Fools for, I don't know why. We'll have to figure out like what's the reason behind that. But any other good April Fools Day tricks that she's done? I mean, I remember when you got your father,
Mhm.
Martin, you
Oh,
like called him and
Oh,
no,
yeah.
Catherine, you
No,
did.
Poppy. Yeah. So it was on the impetus of April Fools was my grandfather, my dad's dad. He
okay.
actually loved April Fool's Day, and I would always call him, and I would get him on April Fool's Day. He lived in New
So any
Mexico.
got it. So any other pranks that your mom did to you, Travis, or that you did to her or Becca or anybody that kind of jumps out at you besides the tissue paper that made you cry?
Like any April Fool's prank in general?
Sure. Or anything specific to what your mom has done or what you've done to her.
Think, what have I done to you that
You do
one
things
one April
daily.
one April Fool's prank it wasn't really bad, but I remember I think I threw a chair down the stairs and I pretended like I fell down and you got, like, really
Oh,
worried.
that's right.
I threw the chair down, I was like,
Actually,
"Ooh, ow, ooh."
I didn't get
And you're
mad. I
like,
was
"Are
just
you
like,
okay?"
That's pretty good. I
Yeah,
it
gotta
was
say,
good.
that's a
It
pretty
was
good
good.
one.
Yeah.
that was
I'm
good.
gonna have to
I
use that.
probably one of the years I probably made you there's a website where you can make people call each other, so I probably made you call
You
somebody.
did. Yep, and then we used that on my dad, on Poppy,
Oh,
and
okay.
Mimi, my
Yeah,
sister. Yep,
such a good
that was good.
website.
That was a good one, like, leave it to the young people to come up with the tech.
Was it you that did the Penny the Clown? The text that was going around with Penny the Clown?
Oh, yeah,
That was a
we
good
did
one.
that. Yep.
That was good. That
Remember
was a
that.
good one. That got me.
I
You got me with
think
that one.
I
It
think
was
that was
like, "Hey,
me.
this text, you won something," and then you would say if you said stop, you would keep going. So it's like,
That
"Hey,
was
if you don't
me.
want any
I
more
see.
text," respond with
Okay.
stop, and then it's like, "Are you
Okay.
sure? Do you really wanna stop? Are you sure you
I
wanna stop?"
mean, there's some it's like the only day that you get, in my opinion, you get a pass for, like, being a major jokester.
Yeah. For sure.
Jokester.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
had this whole list of
I
questions.
do.
Your mom was all amped. She's like, "I got a ton
I'm
of questions."
I do. I do have questions. What are your favorite family traditions?
I like that we sit down for Thanksgiving dinner every single try it every single year. I like well, we haven't done it lately, but nativity set for Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Mm. Right? We did
I
it in
was
Memphis.
thinking, no, are you talking about just, like, sitting out on the table? Like
Like,
the nativity set?
yeah. Was there one out on
Okay.
the table that you put out?
I was like, I have my Peanuts one. As everybody knows, I'm a huge Peanuts fan, so of course I have a Peanuts nativity. It's on the dining table usually, but it's not the norm, so that's probably
Really?
why you miss it. What else?
Trying to think. I'm blanking.
Well, I can switch gears. I have another question.
Okay.
What's it been like growing up as a teen in the world today?
Growing up as a teen? I don't
Mhm.
know, there's a lot of different things I see. I feel like I mentioned this to y'all, but I feel like a lot of my views have changed, especially since I'm in college. I'm seeing more exposure to a lot of things, like different levels of stress with schoolwork, which applies to workload and my future jobs, or seeing what types of people I should hang around and what types of people I shouldn't hang around, what types of people who will cut you off and leave you behind to burn. Those are the types of people you gotta look out for.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just like a
Do you
lot
feel
of
like
room.
it's Sorry, go ahead.
No, no. What were you saying?
Do you feel like life is more complicated?
Not complicated, but I just feel like I'm constantly learning, and it's not a
Mm,
bad thing, just
I
stuff to
love
apply.
that.
Yeah.
I have to say, Travis, you have an extremely unique point of view of life that you don't often see from people your age. So it's very commendable that somebody says that they're constantly learning in a positive way. So it's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Yeah. So, speaking of teen life, what's it like being in college? So you.
Well, I guess I don't know what else I can add on to that, but, it's completely different. It's kinda similar to high school in some aspects, but in other ways, like, everyone's not so close together, yet they still are.
Mhm.
Uh 'Cause I remember in high school, the hallways would always be so crowded, so I'm thankful that the hallways aren't crowded anymore,
Yeah.
and I've noticed, like, I've noticed it more and more, but everyone has their own, like literally everyone has their own thing going on, so it's funny to
Mhm.
people watch on campus, and I don't know, I find it fun to, like, imagine what these, like, people are going to go do, 'cause I don't know, everyone's doing their own thing, so it's just, like,
Oh, that's interesting. So
interesting
when
to
you
think.
see people, you're like, "Oh, I wonder what they're about to do," or
Or I'll see, like, friend groups of people, and I'll be like, I wonder how their friend group is like, compared to mine. Like,
Mm.
not in a bad way, just a
No, that's
question.
interesting. It's almost like creating a narrative in your head.
Yeah. What else? I've liked the freedom
I
a
was gonna
lot.
ask. Yeah.
We hadn't noticed.
Do you feel like you can? Because a lot of people, a lot of or kids that graduate and go to college, it's always "Oh, I'm away from my parents," which is, I mean, it's a good thing. Like, the idea of kids is they grow up and they go out on their own. Do you do you feel like the freedom that you have, you're able to breathe more? Like, you can make your own decisions? You don't have to answer to people all the time, or, like, what is it that you really, really like about the freedom?
Most of what you just described, but at the same time, like, the freedom is teaching me how to keep myself accountable and keeping
Mm,
others accountable, my friends especially. Because at this point in college, or in my opinion, like, from what I've experienced, like, these are the people in my first year, freshman year, are gonna be, like, my lifelong friends.
yeah.
Uh
Yeah,
And that's, like, how it's shaping to be,
right.
so
Okay. So, in terms of like long term, you think you're going to finish at SCAD and then go on to some kind of career? Do you have any ideas of what you would want to do?
I mean, I'm majoring in fashion, so I'm not even, like, sure because I haven't done enough research to know, like, what options I would have available right off
Yeah.
getting out of college, but I don't know, something obviously hands-on, just maybe pattern making or working at, like, some type of print shop or just anything garment-wise.
That's cool.
So where do you make clothing? Obviously, you've made clothing. Where do you
Uh-huh.
draw your inspiration from? Where do you kind of is it random? Is it, so you made these awesome pair of pants, right? You did this
Uh,
whole cut and sew. with this, you kind of married a bunch of different patterns together, and the way that you constructed that pair of pants was very different than most of the things I've ever seen. So how do you come up with your ideas, and how do you kind of hone in on, I'll call it, your design language, or kind of your style?
So I mean, it's kind of random, but at the same time, I do pick or I'll see stuff that I like online, like designer brands or Instagram fashion brands, and I'll sometimes pick little small things that I'll see from these brands and like combine them and then add my own little twist to them. So like what you're saying is you don't see people doing some stuff the way I do. I feel like that's my little like flair or
Hmm.
Love it.
yeah.
Super cool.
Okay. So I have a couple of rapid fire questions for you. Uh, these are all related to favorite things. What's your favorite childhood game?
Video game or a card game?
Either
Like board game.
or both.
I liked playing Mario growing up with my family, especially my sister.
Do you like talk a little
I
bit
would
about
play
that?
DS. Play
The
DS. We would play
DS, yeah.
My sister would have a DS, I would have a DS, and we just chill at home playing together. Multiplayer, Mario DS.
Becca loved playing Mario. It's crazy. That was like the only time she ever played video games. She loved
I
it.
know.
And it was great. It was a great game. All right. And then in terms of like card or board games.
I'm trying to think of like a unique one that we played all the time. I really liked the Monopoly when it had the little ATM card. We had that in Memphis. I remember that.
Oh yeah. That was like the premier version of Monopoly.
Yeah, where
You
you
had to
actually
pay
had like
extra for
a
that.
balance. You had like an actual balance,
Uh,
like a digital one. Yeah.
that's funny. I never realized you liked that. Okay. Favorite snack? It could be
Ooh,
okay. So favorite snack growing up versus now. And I know snacks change. Like
dang.
if you're like me, you like eat something for a while and then you get tired of it and then you switch and you do a new snack. But think
I
of
know
a
I liked a
childhood
lot
one.
of peanut butter pretzels in like middle school, high school.
Uh-huh.
Elementary school and earlier, I don't know, I just ate a lot of fast food.
What? Yeah.
I was a fat little boy. There's my
In middle
snack.
school. In
Yeah.
middle school, you ate a lot of Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, but now, I feel like my go-to, especially, like, in candy, is Trolley sour gummies, the little worms.
Mm. Okay.
Mm,
Can't go wrong
interesting.
with those, in my opinion.
All right. Favorite vacation?
Believe it or not, I really liked Sarasota
Really?
when we visited. Yeah, I really liked the museums there.
That's a really great place.
Yeah,
That's one
Yeah.
of our
beaches
favorites.
were really nice. And, oh, obviously, my Lacoste trip.
Oh, yeah.
That's number 1. That's number
Lacoste,
1 for sure.
France. That was through SCAD.
Although Travis got a taste firsthand of how sh awful it is when something happens when you travels. Why don't you
You lose your
tell why
luggage.
don't you tell the audience what happened to you
Yeah.
on your flight to Lacoste, France?
I lost my luggage.
Well, they lost your luggage. You
Okay, yeah,
didn't
they
lose.
lost my luggage.
And how long were you in Lacoste for?
A week, 5 days, not even.
And what day did you get what day did they finally deliver your luggage?
Like, the 3rd day in.
Yeah. So he had
2
3
days
days of
2 or 3 days, yeah, 2 or 3 days of
Wearing
clothes.
some random small shirt that didn't fit and your
yeah,
hair
and
is wacky.
you had no additional clothing items. Like you didn't have like a
Right.
small bag of stuff. So you were definitely
Literally, yeah, I had to recycle clothes, unfortunately, but when times get dire, you gotta do what you gotta do.
adapt.
And then what happened on the way back?
They lost my
It
luggage
was
again.
Yep. They sure did. They sure
Yeah,
did.
it was yeah, and then but this time was better because it just came on a flight later.
Yeah,
So,
but still losing
but
it
we had to
regardless.
go back and get it the next day. Yeah, that was crazy. And we had literally just stopped talking. Like we had talked about you not checking a bag too, and then we are like, "Oh, well, we'll try. We'll see what happens." Yeah, don't check
And
bags and Okay. Favorite teacher.
shout out Mr. Nelson. That's
Yeah.
my
Right.
goat.
Shout out to Mr. Nelson.
And who is Mr. Nelson?
Mr. Nelson was my high school audio and video production broadcasting teacher slash
Okay.
low key slash mentor because he'd be helping me out with a lot of things.
Yes, he really did.
Mm.
Okay.
He shot for one of my fashion shows. Remember?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Art meets fashion. Yep.
Have y'all talked about that? Art meets fashion.
They
Yeah.
had they just had another one this year. It
I
was
know, but I'm
bigger.
saying on the podcast.
Oh,
Yeah. Tell us more.
Oh no, we didn't have to go into it. I was literally just asking. if y'all did it or not.
I probably have mentioned it, but basically, wasn't this your first fashion show
Yeah.
that you did? Yeah. So, Art Meets Fashion is an annual event where artists and designers come together and they showcase their work. However, the art that is on display is often paired with a designer who then creates a look or a piece of clothing or several pieces of clothing that match the aesthetic of the artwork. So it was a lot of fun. They do a runway show, they have models, and then all the art is on display around the whole area. So that's super. It was really a cool idea. So Travis participated in that and had he had like a whole collection. It was a lot
Yeah.
of fun.
And then you had
We
your
got
stuff in
great
there as well.
photos. Yeah, I had
You had
stuff in it
art. You had
too.
art as well.
Got it. Okay.
Like I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like,
Funny. Did y'all ever argue growing up?
oh, definitely. But I mean, like I said earlier, it's all love. It's not. It was never anything serious.
Yeah.
Just
How do you annoy her?
physically and verbally. I'll make noises or I'll just poke her. But then she'll also annoy me
She
by
does.
making noises and poking me as well. So it balances out.
She has a particular thing she does with you. Doesn't
She
she
pats my
pat your
head.
head? Yeah.
Yeah. Or
You know
ruffle
what's
my
really
hair.
funny is that my sister used to pat my head.
Really.
And isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it's an older sibling thing,
I guess.
I never
Andrew.
did that. No.
Well,
I
you had
mean,
an
I would
older
hit my
brother.
sister in the head,
Oh my
and then I would
goodness.
get hit in the head, but we
Yeah.
were
Oh
not
my
gentle
gosh.
or kind or anything. It was very, hostile, aggressive,
Yes.
abusive. So it's been a pleasure being around, this is experience. So yes, I can attest. You all you have a different sibling relationship than
Mm.
I've seen. So it's good, which is a good thing.
What advice would you give high school seniors now that you're kind of almost through your first year of college?
Uh, Shoot, high school seniors.
Yeah.
I would say first year of college, branch out, do as much as you can. Like when you're going like fresh out of high school
Mhm.
and going, you picked your college, but before picking college, I would say make sure the college you pick or whatever you end up doing is well thought upon and something that you want to do because you don't want to be stuck with something that is expensive and you can't undo.
Mm.
Because I know a lot of people going into at least my college, or not a lot of people, but some people like it just wasn't for them and they just dropped out, but they wasted already that much money.
Yeah.
And I would say profession wise,
Mhm.
see what you experiment new things, try what you know, and if you like what you do, like whatever that may be, pursue it to your fullest extent. Don't hesitate to follow your goals.
It's good advice.
Some people do get stuck up on trying to figure something out when they could do something and then figure it out later. Take the first step, take the first action.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's
Initiative.
true. Actually, that's funny you said that because earlier today I was talking to somebody and they were like, what advice would you give to someone starting out? Like
Mhm.
like wanting to start a business, things like that. And it's like you just have to start, like you've got to do
Break the
something.
first
Start with
brick.
something. Like create your logo or create your website or, because then that step leads to the next. So I think that's good advice.
So I have a question. So does it ever bother you when because your mom is very task driven, right? Like there's
Mm.
always a list, there's always something on the list. So do you ever get overwhelmed by her list of things for you to do? Like your portfolio. Make sure you update your portfolio, your LinkedIn, your resume, even though it all comes from love, right? And
Yeah.
experience. Is there anything that you just are like, oh gosh, I wish you would stop asking me this?
No,
And you can be honest.
I think the opposite. I think you're telling me that for a reason. The tasks. You're giving me tasks for a reason. You're giving me a lot of tasks for a reason because going into college, a lot of people didn't even have a resume. Some people never
Mm,
worked,
yeah.
and
That's
it's
great.
crazy to kind of see that from my point of view because of how you raised me. So I think it's beneficial more than annoying.
It can be annoying sometimes, though, and that's okay. But I appreciate that. I know it's
Good
hard,
answer.
That actually brings me to my other question. What is one thing, just I would love to hear from your point of view, one thing you wish parents understood about teens? Like, are there things about teenagers or people your age that you wish adults would understand more? Like, it could be how to communicate with you, how to, I don't know, whatever.
I think some parents don't know that their kid's grown up and they still treat
Mm,
them like a kid.
wow. Yeah, that's good.
Sometimes my dad will talk to me and I'm like, I feel like we can have better conversations because I feel like sometimes he still treats me like I'm a younger teenager.
Mm,
It's hard for parents to watch their kids grow up and not see them as kids. So
it
that's a
really
great
is.
point of view, but also from the adult, the parent point of view, and you may learn this someday. It's very hard to see your kids grow up and see them as
Mhm.
grown-ups and
And
not
it'll
hear them as little kids.
right now I'm in the like transition where it'll soon I'll be like considered an adult, but it's still in the transition, I think, especially
No,
with my
you're an adult. You can go
yeah,
to
I
It
know.
prison. So you're an adult now. You can actually do hard time. So
Not
it's
what I
all
meant.
good
Not,
now.
No, I get that transition part, and I feel like no one ever prepares you, like, as a teen or as an adult, as a parent. I don't think you just never are prepared, because I used to tell Drew all the time, I'm like, "Gosh, so used to, as the mom, being the nurturer, being the, like, taking care of everything." And then there comes a point where you guys get to be a certain age, and it's like, you don't need me to take care of everything anymore, because
mm,
actually I'm doing you a disservice by taking care of everything, because you'll never learn how to take care of it on your own, and I'm not going to be around forever.
yeah.
So that's been a really hard lesson for me, is when to back off and be like, you know what? We've told you all these things, and I feel like you know them, so I don't need to keep telling you. But I get what you're saying about the transition. It's like you're 18, but still you're not quite an adult yet in certain
Mm.
terms. Like, you're an adult in age and legally, but you're not paying your own bills. You're not, you
It's
don't
still a
have a full-time
different
job.
category. Yeah,
Yeah, so
different
it's like
category of adult.
I don't even know what you call, like, young adult, like,
Yeah, just young
there's a
adult.
yeah, so but you're close, so that's interesting. I'm glad you shared that. Is there anything else that you feel like parents don't get sometimes
Mm, no, not
about
really.
life? Okay. Drew, do you have any questions?
I got lots of questions, but so I guess if you had the choice and you could be totally honest, you're not going to hurt anyone's feelings. So I'll
Mhm.
give you an example. When I had the opportunity to come home from college, I never did. I never wanted to come home. I just always wanted to stay at school. Do you like coming home? Like right now you're on spring break, right?
Mhm.
So if you had your own apartment, would you prefer to stay in Savannah, or do you like kind of breaking up the year and coming home for a visit?
I think for the winter break, I probably would have liked to stay there just because time-wise, but for, like, the spring break, which is a week,
Oh,
I
got it.
would have
So
liked
winter
to come
break's
home.
longer. Yeah.
I would have liked to come home and have, like, the little whole week cool down and then go back,
Yeah.
even if I did have a place out there, but I would prefer to s stay out there.
Because you're on a trimester. Is that what they still call it?
Yeah,
Right?
3
Mhm.
quarters. Yeah,
Yeah. So your winter break was like over a
a month
month.
and a
It
half.
was like, yeah, 6 weeks or something.
It
So
was
yeah,
long.
that's a long time to have to be thrust back into, your home environment versus your college environment, which one of your
'Cause then you
unique
settle
qualities.
down. You'll settle
Yeah.
down at home and then have to leave and
But
settle down
also
at
too, like, that was your first time to be away at college and then come home, and then I don't think people talk about this a lot, or I haven't ever heard of people talking about this a lot with parents. It's like, you don't know how to act anymore, because your kid lived at home forever, right? And then all of a sudden he went off and did his own thing, and then he's coming back, and now it's like, okay, do the rules change? Do the rules not change? Like, does anything change? And then it's like, yeah, things do need to change because you're becoming more of an adult. And I think the transition plan is never, like, no one ever talks about that. It's not all of a sudden you wake up and you're an adult. It's like there's a transition,
mhm.
So, like, I think it was hard for you and it was hard for us, because we were like, well, what do we need to let go of? Like, how do we act now? Or do we
I
keep
was
the
just upset I had to wear clothing. Sorry. I
Oh my
couldn't
goodness.
resist.
Oh
I
my
couldn't
goodness.
resist. But
So, it is hard.
go ahead. It
No,
is.
I'm
But
done.
I have a quick question. You have a very unique quality about you, and I'm curious if you would share if you had any advice for someone that doesn't necessarily possess this quality. You make friends very easily. You can walk into any room and kind of assimilate, right? Like, you can
Uh-huh.
just you are a presence in a room and not overbearing, but people just you're magnetic. Any
Mhm.
advice for people that don't necessarily possess that skill? Like, how did it I know it's kinda natural for you, but is there anything do you ever get nervous? I feel like I've never seen you nervous walking into a room full of people.
Yeah.
You and I went for example, you and I went to Houston to do that runway fashion show, and wow, you walked right in there, presents, you were I mean, you had a full collection walking down the runway. It was quite miraculous to see you in a room full of people you didn't know, and you just kinda were like, I can chill here. This is
Yeah.
good." So, any advice for anyone that doesn't necessarily have that level of confidence or ability?
I think that people think about it too hard. I think people always think of the worst regardless, and I think people don't ever kinda what I said earlier, take the first step to even like, that's another thing that even ties back to what what I was saying earlier. It's like, even how small talking to people is, that's still a step. So, taking that first
Mm.
step to even approach somebody is something to do, and one of my friends, from school used to struggle with that, and he said that he would just go up and talk to a new person every single day, and it help
Oh,
him build confidence to talk to people or have the confidence to walk up to people whenever he wants now.
that's so
What a
So
great
awesome.
it's
idea.
yeah.
Some adults should follow that.
Yeah. It is hard. And actually, Drew and I were talking about this earlier. The more you do job interviews and the more like you talk about yourself to people like over a period of years, people are like, "Oh wow, like you don't have a problem talking about XYZ." And I'm like, "Gosh, because I've been doing it so long."
Yeah.
And I think the more you practice it, the better, obviously, the better you get. So I think you're right. Taking the first step as early in life as you can to like conversate with people, you get used to it, and then you're not nervous anymore.
Mhm. Yeah.
Tell you, you got a lot of life lessons you're sharing today. This is good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
One
serious.
thing
Glad.
one thing I remember that I love about you is that we were at the gym together and you saw that it was somebody at the gym that you met and you were like, "Hey, let's exchange Instagrams." And you were like networking. And I was like, "That's amazing." Like you were 16. I think you were 16 at the time. Do you remember that he was like a basketball coach or something?
Yeah, it was, I still have him followed. He was a trainer, and his son played volleyball and football.
Yeah.
Or not
Yeah, it
volleyball,
was
sorry, soccer, basketball, and football,
okay.
and they were just in there.
What do you think about networking?
What about it?
What do you think like, do you think it's important to, like, connect with people?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, my school, my college, especially specifically, is
Yeah.
all about networking. Everyone knows each other. Everyone will know each other.
Mhm.
Um, there's a lot of good connections at SCAD that I haven't tapped into,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of unique people that are still waiting to be found. So networking
I
is
like
definitely
that.
a good way to find that.
Love that. Okay.
It's important.
Any other questions or final thoughts from either
I
of you?
final thoughts from Travis. Any final thoughts that you wanna leave the
No, but
audience with?
I appreciate you guys having me on here, and it was really nice to be here for the was it 25th? 25th
24th,
episode?
I think.
24th.
Yes.
Thanks for coming on. It
Yes,
was
Yeah,
thank
great
you.
thanks.
chatting with you. This is Kat.
Here's the thumbnail.
And this is Drew. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Well. And we forgot to say it again in the beginning. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow all the socials. We appreciate it. And we will tag Travis's socials so you can go see all the wonderful things he's creating. If you want to purchase some of his phenomenal fashion,
Oh,
keep
yeah,
an
I
eye out
forgot to
on his
ask,
page.
where can they find you?
Nuisance to Humanity on Instagram
.com.
or, yeah, website.com at the end of that.
Okay.
.com.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
share it.
Yes.
We
Alright.
need it. We'll have to do an unhinged episode maybe with Travis. Even when you're in
Definitely.
Yeah.
school, we can do it. All
This
right.
is professional Travis versus crazy Travis.
I have some ideas for an unhinged one.
All right, cool.
Excellent.
We'll definitely have
Alright,
to do
thanks,
it.
Trav.
All right,
Thank you, guys.
everybody.
Bye.
Peace.